Buccaneers. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Joe McCoy is one of the top defensive tackles in the league. Always a threat to go to the Pro Bowl, especially because of his pass rushing ability.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Hackenberg from the gun on 3rd. That's complete right around the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And getting a look at the Wildcat here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Winston to throw it this time. They set up the screen to Martin. They find some open field here. There goes Doug Martin, the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Winston with a give to Martin. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, You can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Double tight, double tight.
They come out here in the eye. Winston sneaking it. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Martin. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
So they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Hard down. Stand up. Ready. Flip it. Check 26.
Winston keeps it himself. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal?
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Play clock. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Hackenberg on second down. Gets it to Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw, Hackenberg. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out here in the I. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's brought down. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game. Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On second down, here's Hackenberg. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A first down throw for Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd down following the run.
You got 4. Hurry up, here we go. Gun!
2nd down, Hackenberg. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open, so it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Hackenberg on 1st down. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Shift together here from the D-line. And they'll run it here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 5 yards to go. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Five yards to gain here on 3rd down. Hackenberg from the gun on 3rd. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Hackenberg now to throw on 1st. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get 32 yards there. And the Vikings are going to have it now, 1st and goal.
And depending on type of screen.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Hackenberg now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Stonewalled on second down. Now let's see what they can do on third and goal from the 2. Hackenberg going to try and sneak it. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And his throw is incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. One receiver to the left is Evans. On 2nd down, Winston again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, here's Hackenberg. He's got time. Under pressure there, and Hackenberg is sacked. So we hit halftime with our... And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, nice move. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing, Hackenberg. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Anytime you call man coverage against Larry Fitzgerald, you're really holding your breath as a defensive guy, because his ability to run such precise routes and use that big frame that he has, that body against you, it's going to be very difficult to break passes up against him.
Yeah, when you make 9 Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yeah, it's not just athletic ability. He's a thinking man's receiver as well.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
All right, here we go.
First carry for a Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. To throw, Winston. And a grab over the middle by Stocker. Yeah, that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Winston. And that is incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, Hackenberg. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Winston. Caught. It's Huff. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, it's Winston. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now in Tampa. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Following the interception here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up, taking it right down Broadway. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 2nd down, here's Hackenberg. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to go soft on the corners. To throw is Hackenberg. Catch made right side by Wilson. 7 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Hackenberg from the gun on 3rd. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Hackenberg to throw it this time. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the red zone now, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Let's go now.
A second down throw for Winston. Caught. It's Huff. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Aguayo's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On second down, here's Hackenberg. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Going to give this time to the tailback. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 10 yards still left on second down. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
3 down. All right, here we go. Green, 30.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll cut it to the left side. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They go back to the air here after the INT. Now they go screen. It's complete. A big play there on the screen pass. 37 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who could make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Pro Bowler, Brent Grimes, brings him down.
They were stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take...
Everybody needs somebody, no doubt. Sugar, just step into your